So I've always been interested in a career in the health industry since I've started in St John. I was a member since the age of 9 years old, and it really sparked my interest in becoming part of the healthcare system. I went down to Otago to do the pre-health science course and fell in love with the lab work, being able to diagnose tests behind the scene. I'm a born and bred West Coaster. I grew up in a small town called Runanga, did all my schooling here on the coast. I've always had quite a strong connection to the West Coast DHB. My mum works down in community services and my dad was the electrician for the hospital for quite a number of years. And my granddad used to actually do the ambulance service transferring through the DHB. I applied for a studentship through the West Coast DHB, which involved 6 or 8 weeks of being a member of the DHB and learning about the different parts and aspects that are involved with the hospital. As part of this, I got to come up and work in the laboratory. Previous to that, I completed the incubator course through high school, which was where different specialties from the hospital came over and talked to us in year 13 to spark our interest in the West Coast DHB and the different services they provide. Both Emma and I, Emma's another medical laboratory scientist here at Grey Base, received scholarships for our years of training down in Otago. From the studentship, I completed the 12-month placement both here at the West Coast DHB. I then went on to graduate and become a registered medical laboratory scientist. I've worked briefly in Ashburton Hospital and then transferred back through to Greymouth when a job opportunity arose. In the laboratory at the moment, we process samples right from the collection from patients to the registering process where we assign the different tests. Then we go and actually process them. So whether it be biochemistry, where we put it on an analyzer and spring out the results for the different analytes, haematology, where we look at the red blood cells, or microbiology, where we plate the samples and then read them the next day to see what kind of organisms are growing, or in blood bank, where we set up the transfusions and make sure that the right bag of red cells is getting to the right patient. What I like about working at the West Coast DHB is the really friendly environment, the general aspects, so the need to have a very general basis, be able to cover a lot of different stations. The scenic, living on the coast is such a lovely place. The freedom, the cruisy lifestyle. Well, I would like to gain some extra experience in a larger lab to bring that experience back to the West Coast DHB at some point, whether that be overseas or in New Zealand, I'm not sure yet, but I am very happy where I am at the moment.